That means 25%, correct?
I think 20%.
20? Okay,
Yeah.
20. So, what then?
Well,
Because
then hopefully
as-
it dumps and I
I
make
mean, that's
money.
all. Like how the juice already has been squeezed, and then nothing good happens, but nothing bad happens. So
Yeah.
like, I'm a little bit. That's the situation where I don't know what to do. Probably will not trade it if it's that the case. Uh, we still put in when you're looking at it. Let's say if it rejects from here, you have a daily. You're still in a lower high, barely,
Yeah.
but you're still in a lower high. Let's call it rejected
Yeah.
from all of the POCs, from the daily trend, from. So if it's an area where to reject, it will be some from here. But at
Uh,
that point, it's like I don't know. I suggest for the majority to not trade. If
yeah, I think the only trade you can take is if you're already short, close your shorts if it comes in lower, because I think it can probably rip higher to like 88.8, maybe 90k, and then maybe look to reshort. If it comes in as expected, then hopefully we get a quick wick down, and then you can probably move your stops just in case it wants to squeeze. It's
also
just
a lot
really,
of altcoins you saw, they're just bleeding off now.
yeah, I got stopped fucking. Let me see, HBAR. I mean, they had some bullshit TikTok. I don't know what the fuck. They're teaming up with some OnlyFans crypto founder or something to try and buy TikTok just for pure like bullshit and headline. Like, yeah, exactly. They're just, I don't know what they're doing, but it stopped me breaking. I stopped breaking them before on it, but still, like, I don't know, man. I just don't. Like,
It's
it's still
clear
up.
this H bar stuff is this is just pure, as you said, pure headline stuff. They
Yeah,
cannot
like
possibly bid as much as the others to buy it.
I don't understand why this. It pumped 800% since Trump's win, and it's still kind of like holding on after so long. I think this is just massive
Well,
distribution.
because it's a US coin, right? That's why it started. And the ETF, they filed for some ETF, and it's a US coin. Isn't that why it
Yeah, but
started
like,
the pump?
yeah, that was the reason for the pump. But now, like, why on earth would you hold H bar in your portfolio? Like, it's so overvalued in my head. Like, I don't get it. It should have full retraced or near full retraced. Chart looks horrible.
Yeah, it does look like it's done. Overall, on the macro part, unless I don't know, they really get an ETF, but at this
Yeah,
point, it's like
I mean, imagine they buy TikTok. Same with XRP. Like, this is just this whole
didn't you
area.
want to? I was really curious. You said you wanted to short XRP close to $3,
Yeah,
and you didn't.
I didn't get it.
I
Um,
didn't get it.
it went all the way. I think it was either it went all the way here or went all the way here. It never came back to $3. This was the Trump tweet on the Sunday, yeah. Which is,
Yeah,
I think this is going to be literally the top. I don't think it ever gets back here now. They're gonna distribute it for I don't know how many more months. Um, and this is eventually gonna just do that. It's the
and I
same
sure
shit
hope
with
so.
XRP every cycle.
I actually hope that some people that held it from 2020, 2021 took some profits now around $3.
Some of my friends in real life, like they've been holding it since 2017. Will
Yeah, I know some also. It's really, really, really sad.
if they round trip once more, they will just say like, yeah, next cycle goes to $5, and I won't be surprised if it does. But it just keeps goes through the cycle every year. Well, the chart's not old enough, but every time it gets one of these big moves, full retrace, new highs, big moves, and then yeah. I think
The
Tex posted
XRP
this
is the
today.
only one that, yeah, Tex, I think, yeah, said he wants to short.
As soon as it's lost
It
this
does look
support,
like a distribution.
yeah. As soon as it's lost this support, you can smack
Yeah.
it, smack the fucker down.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that. Or at least, I don't know, take profits if you guys are in from like 60 cents, 50 cents, 30 cents, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's been how long has it been? Over 124 months of this just being in like a ignore like all of these moves, but like 4 months, 20% range. It's kind of crazy how good the market makers are on this coin.
I told myself I'm going to do some inverse investments. You know, where you short swing, but like with 2x
Mm,
or 1x on memes. That was the plan since, I don't know, 2024 in the beginning. I said, man, I'm going to do some, because last time I didn't. So I'm going to do some inverse investments in all of these memes, like with Popcat, whatever. When when they started having crazy FDVs, and I said, no, I still have time, and then it dumped, and I said, no, I will get a bearish retest, and then it just dumped, and I was like, oh, I'm going to try to short Popcat around $2 and something. Once I actually saw the trend was so aggressively down, I couldn't even short it anymore. I mean, you could have, but it would have been without a bearish retest, like a clear one on the daily, or it just went
yeah,
down to 20 cents. It's actually crazy when you think about it.
yeah.
But I will try. You shorted, right? You shorted
I
some of these.
I shorted whiff at the top, and then I closed. So I wanted to, I took some off here, and then it started bouncing back up, and I was like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna close. And then literally like the next day it nuked 20%, and then I shorted. Where did I short again? I shorted at $1 when they posted the whiff sphere thing,
Yeah, yeah. Now that
where it
was
was
a clear one, man.
the clearest exit pump
Yes,
I've ever
yes, that
seen.
was it.
I
That was
max
clear,
shorted
man.
it on like such huge size, but then it wasn't dumping for ages. Like it was somehow holding on, and then it finally dumped a bit, like 15-20%, and I just closed it, and then it held for like ages, and I was like, oh, that was a good exit, and then it just melted. It was actually like, where was it? So no, when did it hit $1? Yeah, this is the exit pump. So literally, I shorted that candle here, holding it. It kept getting bounces, and then it was just holding $1. I closed here, and then literally afterwards, I nuked 23% in a 4-hour candle. Like it just, yeah, for 5 days, like holding a short on such big size on a meme coin that can squeeze you at any time was just too much of a ball ache for me. But yeah, like that was such a crazy thing like I've ever seen. They got like a 40% pump from that with Sphere tweet. It's actually criminal that they did that, but yeah, so hard to hold the shorts on these coins. I mean, like they literally have like 40% like intraday move. Like you can easily get squeezed on the coin. Like they have such weird rallies, like 40-50% rallies during the downtrend. Like yeah, the chart is giga wrecked, but if you mistime it, or if you're not short from much higher, you can get blown out.
Vishu asks a very good question. For our learning, how do you make a decision whether a coin is going to survive and run again versus it's dead? This from mid-term to long-term perspective.
Why do you
What are
make a
your
decision
thoughts?
whether a coin is going to survive and run again versus it's dead? Don't know how to answer this with a generic framework that you can apply to all coins because it really depends on the project. Generally speaking, most coins that run in a cycle don't really run again. Most coins just have a lifespan of one cycle. Like the coins, oh God, like what are old coins like Dot, LTC, Link, those coins just never ran again after the last cycle. This cycle, I mean, I don't know if these AI agent coins, like these coins went to like 500 mil cap, whatever, like a billion, 2 billion. I don't think these coins will come back again. It's very like specific sectors that are just like metaverse, right? Metaverse was a big trend in 2021, 2022. You had all the normies talking about it. You had Facebook calling themselves Meta, but you can tell that it wasn't going to come back this cycle because no one really cared about the metaverse. No one really cared about gaming. It's a hot what's a hot ball of potato? Hot ball of money rotation. That's it. Hot ball of money rotation. It's whatever is trendy at the time. But there are some like baskets that will always run in every cycle. So you always have L1s. How can I make this bigger? This is how big it goes. Okay, whatever. Memes. These have always been around every cycle. There's a meme coin that runs. Whether it's like there was Doge, Shiba last cycle. This cycle you had Pepe, Bonk, Fartcoin, Popcat. Next cycle, who knows what the next trend is? But there's always memes that run. L1s you had obviously last year or last cycle it was Soluna AVAX. This cycle you would say what is Sui and that was it, right? Really for L1 and Sol again ran.
Sol, yeah.
Yeah,
Sui, Sol, and Say. You remember last year? Say had the try. He did
yeah,
well, but these were all like Sui and Say were launched in the bear market in a way,
yeah.
so they
Um,
didn't have their bull run. Overall, they didn't go through 2021.
yeah,
Uh, Zero went decently, but nothing major. Launched still in 2023.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, we had Inge
yeah,
and Tia. We had Incel
Ingent, yeah.
twice. Yeah,
But Injective wasn't new. It was in 2021.
yeah. It was still about, but it
Yeah,
just had its run.
it had its
Like
run.
this cycle.
Tia
Um,
was brand new. Tia was good. Tia is, for example, what happened on all of the, let's say, top three coins from or top five coins from a sector in 2021, and they died off the same. Like with the metaverse, you had Sand and
yeah,
Mana and what else? Like top three all ran like Tia did. Crazy valuations. Uh,
yeah,
I would say that I agree. To try to give you a generic point of view, probably 90% of the new ones will not hit all-time high in dollar value. Probably the top 20 market cap coins will still exist, which are top 20 now, because majority of them have some kind of revenue generation. Like for example, if you ask me, what does what can have higher chances of existence in the upcoming 3 years, and you compare, for example, hype. Okay, they messed up, but let's say they're still the main perp dex with the highest volume that's generating the highest fees. So in theory, they have uh, probably a higher chance of them surviving because you need fee generation to continue to pay the development or some kind of form of feed generation, generating fees. So compare it to, let's say you compare Hype to the other perp dexes that launch like LogX, for example. Majority don't even talk about it, but they had the token, it failed completely after the airdrop and the launch. They do not generate those fees. They don't have any kind of buyback system, stuff like that. The main exchange like BNB, it will probably exist in some shape or form. It's used, so you don't even need to figure out which would you hold and DC, because realistically, as you saw from my point of view, you have too many coins anyways. So majority will die. You're better off just starting to build a position when or starting to build a position in Bitcoin, and when you think that at least Bitcoin has been on the weekly chart is looking for a retest or holding something, or like 70% down from all-time high or stuff like that, you can't start scaling then, because you don't know. You will never you don't know how low it can go. Like, I bet you that nobody thought that after the run on XRP in 2021 it will go back to 30 cents and hold there for a long time, or Link from almost 50 going to $3 or how much. Like, your mind cannot. There is a situation where, because we're used to thinking in the terms that we use in real life when it comes into when we're talking about discounts. Like, for example, because you're going to the store and you see, oh man, that's 50% on discount. You think about it because it has some kind of intrinsic value, as in, for example, you see bananas are 50% discounted and you say, man, I cannot get a better price than this, because it's something that it's a product that everybody uses. It has demand, and it has money invested in it, with like agriculture and everything. Uh, but then, of course, you are in line with the supply and demand of the banana market. But when you know that it's a discount, because I don't know, let's say 50%, you say, oh, this is a good deal. Let me start buying at least maybe 1 2 kilos more of banana than I would like to. In altcoins, you cannot think like that, because it can go down 90%, and then you see, how many is down 90%. How much can it go? And it goes on another 90%. And an example like this you can see in a lot of coins that are basically dead even with development, because they were in the specific sector, like gaming, for example. You guys know the story of Jewel and DeFi Kingdoms, which was, I mean, that went 90% down, and then another, I don't know, 90%, another 50%. So and the development still continues. They still are generating some kind of fees, and they're still posting, and the game is developing. Nobody plays it, only the backholders and the community members, but the development still exists, so they didn't disappear, and it went down as low. So from my point of view, living through multiple parts like this, the only thing you could DCA is Bitcoin. It's clear for me now. I had more proportionally more Ethereum than Bitcoin from 2000, so after 2022, and when I started buying, and then I held a spot USDT more, and then just bought when everybody was buying like Sui or whatever on spot as an investment for midterm. But I wouldn't DCA anything anymore, especially in crisis, except Bitcoin, because you will see signs. From my point of view, you will see signs when everything is starting to reverse on the daily, and you just buy the breakout, or when you have some kind of trend, and basically on whatever sector will be strong. Because you, so I will end with this. Let's say you have a very specific AI project that has been good. It's still developing and it's still generating fees. Like we're talking about Render. Render wouldn't have hit its $15 or how much was the maximum, because I saw it go from $1 plus up into 15. Like I actually was trading it in 2023. I didn't invest in it, but I traded spot on and off based on the daily chart. And it wouldn't have reached that uh, if it wouldn't have been with the Nvidia craziness and the AI stuff, which started like when Nvidia started and so on. That was because Render was generating fees even before that whole AI stuff and run happened. So it's not like they were generating 20 times more fees. So there was extreme speculation without the generational fees generating like the generation of fees to go like that directly proportionate to the speculation, something like that. So you're better off just wait, as JD said, wait to see whatever happens. I mean, who knows what will be the new in like 1 year or 2 years? Probably AI, but like how you had AI agents. Do you think the AI agents that we have now, with the speed of how the AI is developing overall, do you think these AI agents will be on par with what will happen in 1 year? They
No,
will be
because they
like,
get.
I mean, correct, man, totally destroyed. I mean, it will be, it's like looking at, I don't know, a 50-year-old car compared to the technology that you will have in 2026. So the same with memes, the same with everything. JD put it well there. You will need to see the sector, and then you're better off just buying that sector when it lines up with something on Bitcoin, because we don't know what craziness. Who knows? Maybe with the robots and everything, we'll have like some robot coins. Who knows, man? Like still AI,
Yeah.
but more specific into whatever happens with real world development. Uh, because it's from my point of view, it's clear that it has been exhausted completely. Like what happened until now, it has the ideas and everything in this manner. They have been exhausted. The charts look destroyed on all of the like AI agents. So I wouldn't really bet on AI agents. It's fun to trade them, like Fartcoin, for example, or some of the virtuals, but
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with virtual season. This
you
virtual
did
game.
very good with buying virtual there.
Yeah.
Very good. So you anticipated that, and you didn't even buy it like early on.
Yeah, no, I missed the entire like
Yeah,
10x run up. I bought at like $2, but then I went giga ham on the eco with Griffin. There were so many virtual game. What else was there?
yeah. Game
Ren.
Griffin. Yeah, Griffin was very good.
Yeah, there's loads of on-chain coins on base that popped off, and they had all like huge liquidity. They all had like 2 million, 3 million liquidity, and you could ape in a lot of size. Um, yeah, that was really good on-chain season for me. But yeah, like these coins, like I don't think virtual will ever come back next cycle. They're just AI XBT. It's like the first iteration of a new subsector. Like Jesus Christ, like how can you make a long-term speculative bets on these coins? Like unless you have some crazy fundamental theses. Like these
How
are
much did
all
it go down percentage wise, like from the top?
they're all like 95% like minimum.
Put an I don't know, put a mark here and let's see in like 2 months or 3 months if it goes down another 90%.
Yeah, I mean it can go on a 300% move or 250% move, still down 75%. The chart will still look shit, but yeah, these
Yeah,
coins can bounce, but it's just
the issue with long-term investing on them, as you say, they can bounce, but like you DCA, you don't have infinity dry powder to DCA them, and even their 300% bounce from here might even be like 50% under your entry because you started early.
yeah.
Uh, that's why I wouldn't suggest starting to DCA in altcoins here now. You start buying altcoins on daily or weekly range breakouts. After they were, or for example, start slowly buying when Bitcoin is in some kind of crazy bad phase, and you believe. I will show you the link because I know we all traded this and we were looking at it. The link 500. How much was 500-day range? 540-day range. I'm going to show you.
What, you want me to stop sharing?
Oh no, I'm just going to post the chart in the chat. So this is, for example, where you start investing into stuff. Because I know that we were all looking at it. Link held
Yeah,
from
this range broke in October 2023.
so yeah, $5 to $9, something like that.
Yeah.
It was holding this range for 2 years, well, almost 2 years, not really 2 years, but 1.5 year. And you remember when I think Aztecs longed it, and then a lot of people we all longed it, and it gave how much? Let's see. First one was 120%. Retested it in 2024 and it gave a 200% from this $10 range breakout. Now imagine this on the daily or 3-day or the weekly, and this is where you start buying spot in whatever is strong or whatever you believe that it will perform. Now, of course, some will do 1,000%, some will do only 200%. You don't know. It depends on the narrative and however, like how render went above $10 from $1 and stuff like that. In 2023, I know who was buying under $1 just because they were the only ones that they were doing what they were doing with the rendering and everything. So purely fundamental. Uh, Pepe also. I mean, if you guys remember on Pepe, uh, I don't think there is a trader that didn't catch at least an 100% on Pepe on spot somewhere between 2023 and 2000. I mean, after it had the major run, of course, and then you had the same range breakout. January, yeah, Q1, the breakout that led
This
into the Q1 rally
in February
on Pepe.
2024.
Yeah,
Or do you mean this breakout here? That was the summer
that
break
one.
after the end of summer. That was from the election win. And there was
The
this
other
one.
one, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Now look at how that range was. I mean,
Yeah.
how much?
280-day range.
1 year old. Oh, 180 days of range, and then you have a breakout, and then the meme narrative started. So
The meme narrative only started because price moved first. This started going crazy, and then everyone was like, "Oh, it's meme coin season," and then everyone piled onto PopCat, Bonk, all the other shit.
I still don't understand one thing. You know, you had a lot of cats. I mean, you had KeyCat that ran okay. You had alongside PopCat. I still don't understand why did PopCat remain, because the other ones like El Meow and those didn't go above a certain threshold to continue as much as PopCat did.
PopCat was the oldest cat coin. PopCat. I had some PopCat in like 2022 when GCR made that tweet about cats. Like it's the same time when like Rookie bought it and he showed it, and like if I held it, I would have been retired if I held that bag, but I sold it for like a loss. But yeah, PopCat was the OG cat coin.
And the community took over.
Yeah. And then
Okay,
like
okay, okay.
El Meow was just a shitty CT meme of like CL, him saying that was not like a that PopCat, like the cat, like that meme, like the GIF that was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cat popping, like yeah. Like Mew was just some random shit, like I don't know what it's like a cat in a dog's world, like or some I don't know VC coin or whatever. Mog was actually like a proper meme, like, oh, you got mogged, everyone using the cat emoji with the laughing one. But yeah, like Popcat was kind of like OG, like GIF is OG, like Doge. You know. Mog just, yeah. I mean, Popcat was the biggest one. Everything else, like KeyCat was just someone. I'd never seen that GIF before of that cat playing that keyboard.
I did.
But it wasn't, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think it's the biggest the Popcat GIF.
some big volume coming in on Fartcoin here on a little bounce.
And this is the Binance BSC cat coin, I think. Can't remember what this cat coin, yeah, but yeah, Popcat was the only legitimate one.
Yeah, so it's hard, man. It's really hard. I mean, people think it gets easier. It doesn't get easier. Now, thinking about it and having the history and the historical data to back things out, things like we have data now for different kind of sectors, different kind of world events, just getting harder and harder to make easy, like I mean, really easy gains like you did in 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
You need to be more involved in a way. It can be like, for example, majority of let's call them normie friends that I know they traded some crypto on Binance in 2020 and 2021, like just buying stuff because other friends told them or because they saw some kind of YouTube video or whatever, like Solana and FTM and whatever was. Uh, they didn't even started buying again this cycle. Like they didn't even a lot of people didn't even come back to because there are too many, they don't understand. There are too many coins, too many things happening. They buy some and it doesn't perform. Other things outperform. They sell it. It's really hard. You need to be involved a lot more in the space, even for just swing trading. From what I can see, uh, not even talking about Bitcoin and the others, but in those moments, as you said, with AI agents, if you on chain, you could do some crazy stuff. Crazy percentages that makes up everything.
Yeah, and the point about like the normies coming back, like I had a few come back and then they were just so overwhelmed what the new meta is. Like they came back and were like, yo, like I can't believe DOT is at $5 again. I'm gonna buy it because they bought DOT last cycle and ran it right watched it run from 5 to like $40 or whatever, or like they bought Chainlink again, or they ended up buying ETH thinking it was cheap at 3 or like 2.5k 3k when BTC was at 100k and they were like surely ETH now goes to like 6 7k. Like it's really easy to get attached to old coins that made you a lot of money and you think it's a good idea to buy them again because like you owned them at such a or like you sold them at such a high price, you made so much money of it. Like surely now that's gone down 60, 70, 80%, it makes it a good buy, but majority of the time that's not really the case. You're gonna get some new coins that come out. Like the coins that I made the most amount of money on this cycle didn't exist a year or 2 years ago. Like Ondo didn't exist, it was a completely new project. Eno didn't exist. Fartcoin didn't exist. Uh, What else was good? I mean, like hype was a huge event for people. I didn't really make that much. I didn't get an airdrop, but other people did. Like that was their big winner of the cycle. What else? All the virtual coins, virtual agents, ARXBT, Zero Bro. Then obviously there was the Trump event, Melania. There's so much on-chain stuff that happened. There was like what was it, Bohm and Slurf, like all those coins are completely brand new. They didn't exist. They weren't on my radar. I couldn't even think of that notion that there would be a coin like that. there would be a coin that had association to BlackRock. There'd be Trump, the president, will launch a coin. It'll be on the Solana network, and Sol will go to all-time highs. There's this AI bot that raps and drops albums in Spotify. There's these AI agent that you can talk to, and no one can predict. ChatGPT would be such a huge impact on people's daily lives. Like, you just need to react and realize that what is happening in this space is like brand new, innovative. It's got a good story to sell to people. So that's why, like, in terms of long-term bags, the only bags that I can really tell people that I would find justifiable holding it are the majors like Bitcoin. I mean, ETH's kind of fallen completely out of my favor, but if you want ETH, Sol, BNB, the only really altcoins that I can see surviving until the next cycle is like things like Enoch, because of their integration with exchanges as collateral being used on Bybit. They're trying to get onto Binance. They're already on Hyperliquid, or they're about to launch on Hyperliquid, I think, the next few months. People are always going to be wanting to farm yields and making money, and USDE is the easiest way to do it, with the fact that you can just hold it on Bybit and use USDE to trade with and earn 6% risk-free currently, and it can go up to as high as 20% during the year. I had a thesis for Hype, but that's kind of been invalidated now after what they've done with HLP and defeating the purpose of being a DEX. Apart from those two coins, like, I can't really tell you like anything else that I'm really bullish on fundamentally wise. Other projects that I'm bullish on haven't launched yet. There's Plasma that will launch sometime next year, I believe. And that's for bet on stablecoin adoption, and launching on Tether Chain. Has got good relationships with Paolo and USDT. Everyone's obviously waiting for Monad, being the Solana killer or the ETH killer. What else is going to launch? Mega ETH. So these new shiny things that haven't launched yet have promised big things. Like, that's what people are going to be looking to buy. They're not going to try and buy these old coins like ENS, AVAX, TR, INJ. Like, they've already had their runs, they've already had their dream and been sold to people. I always say new is better. New charts, new bag holders, new class of people investing in it. You can dream as you will, because it hasn't delivered anything yet. It's always better to, what's the saying, like, over promise, not over promise, under deliver. You know what I'm trying to say? Under promise and over deliver. What? Yeah, something like that. It's always better to go for those projects where there's like there's no expectations, because it hasn't launched yet. You haven't seen how it's going to play out. You haven't seen what their on-chain activity is going to be like, how it is to interact on the chain, etc. Rather than something that's been around for 3-5 years, been around the block, everyone's had a go at them. You know what they're going to give you. So yeah.
And on CryptoEsca, what about Aave?
That's kind of like, it's kind of solidified itself as the DeFi play for ETH. It makes so much money from its protocol. It's kind of here to stay. It's like in the same, like, I think it's better than Uni, but it's like same as like Uniswap will always be where people are going to be exchanging coins for on-chain. It's survived. It's on its second cycle now. I don't know when it launched exactly, but
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
ETH DeFi, like,
2020, yeah, it second cycle, 2020. Low was 50, 40, around $40, $40-$50 was the low.
Yeah, and
After the run up, so after.
And it's fully diluted, right?
I think so, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
anyways, it had almost $700, $650. Went down 93% to $50, so If let's say if it goes 93% now down from, let's say this is the top, or we had the top with Trump buying the top at $400. Trump team, 93% would be $25. Yeah, it will probably maintain somewhere around the last range low somewhere. If it, but you know what was not funny, but it was a little bit for me. It was talking about Aave and all of these. Like I saw a lot of people making like the premise that because Trump wallets bought, for sure they will not let it die.
Yeah.
You know, like because I mean, come on, man, they bought millions of Aave and millions of whatever. But at the same time, first of all, it's not like Trump as a whole made only extremely successful investments. Actually, he didn't. Like a lot of things fail. A lot of things he invested in failed. A lot of he had issues and so on. So, but of course, this is investment. So, but at the same time, he cannot control whatever happens with these. As in, the market will do whatever the market will do. Uh, he cannot force regulation faster than they do. I'm guessing. So I don't even know why they bought all of this. I purely don't know. Like, what
I
was
mean,
the game plan?
a lot of the coins that they bought were just pure partnerships with the thing. It was like buy, what was it? Someone was saying in the chat, it was like buy 5 million of Wildfire and we'll buy 2.5 million of your coin on chain. There were so many like shady dealings with that, like TRX. Justin Sun bought a bunch of Willfire, so Trump and his team bought TRX. So the effect of them buying the coin lost its integrity and validity over that. The fact that you can just pay to win, they weren't actually having any like fundamental thesis behind buying the coins. It was just pure partnerships and PR.
Yeah, I'm really curious how it will all play out, especially with the ETH buys. Their buys, like the average, pretty high now. I was looking, Aave down 50% from their buys.
Fucking hell. I
I don't
mean,
think that it's living off the grid. I don't think it's just image generation because you can you can do image generation with 10 million. You don't need hundreds of million washed down the drain. You know, of course, hundreds of million generated through whatever. But I'm a little bit curious how that will all play out because when I saw people saying when I saw everybody was saying that they surely have a plan. But whenever you see that the price is losing important range lows and stuff like that, I'm not saying like I traded all of them, but you need to like reconsider what if these people like are wrong, or what if something else is happening that you don't know, you don't have information to. And as JD said, maybe some of them were just like pure partnerships or deals for promoting each other or whatever the plan will be. You can't really uh, you're putting your own money, and I'm guessing you don't have hundreds of millions to just lose. So it hurts when you lose 50%, 60% betting on, like, you're betting on Trump. Well, you're not really betting on him, you're betting on a market that's more complex and it's not under like direct jurisdiction of things. So it's kind of hard overall to do that, like just copy trade.
do you think they'll ever sell any holdings? And like, if they do, what do you think the market reaction will be?
Probably initial panic, but you know what? I'm thinking down the line, if like shit hits the fan and they haven't sold in a bear market, they might do they might sell off some things, like actually panicking themselves. or having, I don't know, some kind of, who knows, like tax implications or what they can do. So if I see that, it's clear that everything was not like pure investment. Maybe there were some, as you said, there were some deals, and then they got out of that deal whatever they got out, and now they're just offloading the bags, like those smaller ones. I'm curious with the ETH, what they will do with ETH. That's I'm really curious what, because they haven't bought any anymore, right?
No, I don't think they've bought anything in ages, man. Like it's just completely died down. I think they've no I think that's also kind of a signal that they've kind of stopped buying here, that they think
Yeah,
prices are going to go lower the next few months and they're just going to wait.
exactly.
Or like they might just never buy again and they're like, yeah, we've delivered our promises on crypto here, we've done all of these buys, blah blah blah, early on in the presidency and get it out of the way. And I mean, they grifted enough with Trump and Melania coin, they've made their money. I mean, Barron was also absolutely destroying the trenches with insider launches and buys on his publicly known wallets and farming a couple mil each time.
Yeah, that's why they might just be the case of, as you said, they did the buys. Man, we tried. I mean, we invested. We didn't sell, hodl, whatever. But they might have, let's say, lost 100 mil at the end and gained 1 billion or whatever from Trump or the others. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, also, like, they could have easily hedged every single buy that they made on chain,
Of course,
um, especially the big buys or like the
of
shitty
course.
altcoin buys like Ondo, TRX, Aave, Link, like all those coins that they were just spam buying. Um, and again, I mean, they're fucking billionaires. The Trump families are billionaires, so like, doesn't really hurt them that much.
I can't imagine they didn't, or their advisors they didn't say, okay, we're hedging.
Yeah, I mean, also
I can.
the Sunday tweet that made where like 3 of the top 10 coins pumped 25% in a few hours. Like they've definitely insider traded that or some way made money from it.
Yeah, the XRP Soul part, you say, in that Sunday, that one,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah. That part,
yeah,
like,
that
there's no
that
way that
was
they didn't make money off that.
yeah, that was crazy. It was impossible for. I mean, we all made. I mean, I was late and I still made a good amount for that for that day. I
Mm,
don't think that they will imagine knowing. I mean, you can't. You can go into on-chain Bitcoin or ETH and whatever Soul, and you just make tens of millions just in that day. Nobody
mm,
will know exactly who is it. So for me, it just looks like a big grift. I hope it's not, but overall, for now at least, who knows what will happen in the future. I hope it's not, but it just looks like more grifting than actually having some kind of hidden game plan that will save the market. This is strictly my point of view, of course. I can be wrong, but with this in mind, I don't have any spot pegs of their holdings, so except ETH on chain, but that's an older one anyways. So I didn't buy. I don't have Aave anymore. I just traded everything that they did, took profits, and it is what it is.
yeah. Does anyone have any chart requests in the last few minutes before we wrap up the stream? 1 hour to go till Taro. Just gonna try and get some dinner in
Yeah,
and
me too.
Sui. Where's Sui? Oh, one. There we go. Looks quite good to be fair. I think Aztecs is long this.
246 or 243 or something like that was the spot entry. Yeah, Around yesterday, around a little bit lower. 2.4 something was his entry, yes.
Yeah. I think it looks
Still
as long as it
holding.
holds this, yeah. As long as it holds above 2.4, I think this can go for one of these highs. Maybe. All depends on tariffs in an hour. So tariffs are good, then yeah, you might get a breakout here.
So
TP there.
from yeah, I agree. From here to 2.3, 2.3 was where it put in the earliest higher low, and then you have 2.25, a lot of volume spent there, like on some POCs and so on. So it looks better than others. It surely looks a little bit better than Sol. It looks
Yeah.
better than Aave and ENA and all of them. So it's still in a range, but it's trying. It's trying to break out with the $2.8 push. It went back down to 2.17. I think tax is invalidation is under 2.17, so under the low. It's still creating higher lows. You could see it on your chart. I mean, for now, it should hold. Worst case, you have some liquidity under 2.3, let's say, down to 2.25. I would long 2.25. Not gonna lie, to hold that again, or 2.22. Let's say in some kind of extremely bad tariff wick, but I don't think that will happen. Maybe 7% wick. Seen worse on Sui. But things look to be holding for now, overall.
Mm.
It's on my radar also. Maven8 says, what are you watching to see volume coming in on specific pairs? For example, you mentioned Falcon earlier. Uh, I wasn't referring to volume coming in on a specific moment in time. Like for example, 1 hour volume came in. I was referring to the fact that when you look, like you're going on Orion terminal or whatever, and you look at the volume per day that some of these coins are generating. I will just put a screenshot with this moment in time. This is volume per 24 hours. This is from Binance. Uh, so I was referring to overall volume per day or per 24 hours. And if you're looking at look at like this was the top 10 or whatever, ignoring like BTC, ETH, Sol, of course. But look at Fartcoin. Fartcoin is having above 450 or 400, 500 million volume per 24 hours for the last weeks, or at least the last week, as I have been scalping it. You rarely see this. Sui with almost 800 million. Now, you could also look at which of these coins, like for example, Dodge has 1 billion, but doesn't even move much. You look at the top 10, top 15, top 20 volume per 24-hour coins, and you can look at uh, which one of them is the highest in terms of volatility, as in percentage of changes between the swing low and swing high. Farcoin is by far the most volatile compared to XRP, Dodge. Okay, EOS now is up in that line because we had a pump on it. Pepe not as volatile. Sui had some good moves. BNB not as volatile. Act is because it had all of the issues that they had since yesterday. So basically, you need to find something from my point of view that one is hyped or people are still giving attention. They're still posting about it, like Sui, like Fartcoin, like nobody's posting about Dot. Number two, it has consistent volume of above 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, because you want to see people getting in and out easily, like people with higher position sizes, and you also want to get in and out easily without having any kind of limitations on position sizing and stuff like that, which Farcoin has. So it has volatility, it has volume. I can get in and out without any issues. Everybody can get in and out without any issues. You do not have limits on the position sizing. I will give you an example with what I'm saying about limits with position sizing. Yesterday, I saw there is some kind of open interest manipulation on Lucy, whatever, however you pronounce it, the Vatican coin, or how, what was it, the meme coin. But it had under 3 million, no, it had under 2 million actually volume per 24 hours on Bybit, and Bybit was restricting my position sizing per market entry under $1,000 position sizing. That means that if I want $10,000 position size, I need to have 10 market orders executed or TWAP it or whatever. Okay, you can do that, let's say, but at the same time you need to have 10 stop losses because it will not execute a market stop loss because you have some issues there. Now, of course, in 24 hours, Luce became, it had like 70 million. I was watching today, it pumped, continued the uptrend. So in hindsight, I should have maybe just put in like a very low position size and see if it really breaks out and it continues the trend. But those are some limitations where, why am I forcing myself to be limited by those factors and be annoyed and I cannot put like a normal stop loss on my phone when I can just trade Farcoin or Sui with higher position sizing or as much as I would like to trade and getting in and out without any issues, getting filled on limit TPs or not getting amazingly slipped on a market sell or stuff like that. So I hope this helps basically. And Altri says any new entry for Fartcoin? I think I'm done for today on it. Not gonna lie. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at 49.50 because this is the range that we're in, where I had the last entry today. But I would like, if Bitcoin is going aggressively down, putting some basic charts on in the chat. 46 is the last low. Also a major support and resistance line. So take out 46 with Bitcoin, I don't know, dropping, and then getting a 5-minute break of structure there. I might try to long it again, but for me today it's out of the question. I mean, I got the most that I could get out of it since earlier. Even had a little short scalp on it before the stream. 4%, 4%, yeah. So that's it from me, Mr. Alp Trade.
Alright, I think that was a good stream. Got 50 minutes to go till the tariffs. BTC short, it's back in profit.
Yeah, you're good, man. You survived for now. You're good.
Yeah, I'll probably move stop break even just before the news event, just so people don't get smoked on a candle. Yeah, hope I'll be live again tomorrow on my own. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Hope you guys have a good evening. Hope it was useful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you lot tomorrow. Enjoy your trip diet.
Thank you very much, guys. And don't risk a lot today with all the news and everything. I mean, not gonna lie. Just do 1 hour or something if you're not in a position or you're not in profits. Just don't. That's all I can say for a good buy. If you want to play the tariff wars, I don't even know. I will be here, but I don't know if I will play it. Not gonna lie.
All right.
Who knows? Thank you very much.
All right. Bye bye.
Goodbye.